A 6-point win. They had to fight to the end for. And they make it 3 in a row. It's win, the Magpies.
I'm for real. I'm for real. So you better check yourself.
Satisfaction everywhere for Collingwood. The Pies are rolling.
G'day guys, Nate here coming at you with the round 17 review of Collingwood's 6-point win over Gold Coast Saturday twilight at People First Stadium. Collingwood 15-14, 104 to Gold Coast 15-8, 98. For the first time in over 12 months, we've won 3 games in a row. Things are clicking. We're finally back in a sense, not in terms of premiership credentials or anything like that, but we needed this win more than anything. Stay on the winners list, keep ourselves in that wildcard purgatory. I'd rather this instead of being a hanger-on side. 6 points, I think, inside the top 10, 6 points off the top 6, top 4 as well. We're not in a percentage battle with anyone. And this game here, in front for most of the game, it could have been a whole lot more as well, above 6 points. It could have been closer to 6 goals at certain points. But I'm glad for this win. And I think we can all agree this sort of win, a 1-goal win over Gold Coast here, it's much better compared to a 5-goal win, 26 points, 34 points over Richmond and Port Adelaide, respectively. Good wins, something to build off. And that was clearly the case here. The 2 wins over Richmond and Port Adelaide, wins to build off. We take on Gold Coast here. Had we lost one of those 2 games or been unconvincing or a little bit less convincing, then I don't think we win this game at all. So to come out, pressure on straight away on Gold Coast, sustained pressure for the first quarter, and be able to be more direct in our attacking game as well. Thank goodness for that. We didn't go into a shell. There were moments in the second half where we just couldn't execute heading inside 50. Not dour, but just not sure of ourselves, kicking it long down the line. Too controlled in a sense or in a way, but being able to turn it around or just realize, hey, no, let's continue our attacking game, being more direct, handballing game, links in the chain, heading straight inside 50. It's what we needed in this game, and thank goodness we delivered. And just harping back on this 1-goal win, all Collingwood fans up and about, all amped up, pumped after this game. Yeah, a 1-goal win here against Gold Coast, much better compared to our wins over Port Adelaide and Richmond. And it's something to build off yet again. And for me, at least, I'm pretty sure it's the first game this year where I'm able to go back and watch the full replay and also the mini as well, just to try and collect my thoughts, take a step back, realize this game was fucking magnificent. One of the best games all year. I wouldn't say it's the best game of the season. Last year, I thought Geelong and Collingwood was the best game of the home and away season, maybe the best game all year, unless you count in Gold Coast and Freo, that elimination final last year. I'm probably leaning towards Hawthorn Geelong Easter Monday as the best game of the year in terms of quality and the ending and whatnot. This game here, Collingwood v Gold Coast, a little bit of everything, minus any after the siren bullshit. 13 points up with 2 minutes to go. Just no lead is safe. No close win is safe for Collingwood in 2026. I had to decompartmentalize or whatever the fuck that word is, just to be like, okay, the game's not over. The job's not done. 13 points up, 2 minutes to go, multiple times in this game, particularly the second half, where we get out to as high as 18, 19. I think it got up to 20 points at one stage. Having the lead for the most of the game, just knowing that it's not over until it's over. And I had to sort of mentally check myself and go, right, it's another close game. Expect a loss or some sort of bullshit. 20 seconds left. Gold Coast get it to within 6 points. I'm just thinking, oh, they're going to kick it inside 50. Some bullshit's going to happen. Maybe Brayden Maynard does a Darcy Moore and he's a liability. That was my thoughts. And just, I'm sorry to be negative and all that. It's just, given the recent track record in 2026, these close losses, Dogs, Melbourne, Sydney, Freo, the draw against Hawthorn, Carlton. We win against Carlton, but they're after the siren set shot miss. We got away with that one. I think there's another close loss I'm missing, but you get the point. We've missed out on so many wins. We're 6 points off the top 4, top 6. There's a bit of a vortex happening from 3rd all the way down to 10th, 11th, 12th, maybe 13th. Gold Coast can drop to as low as 14th by the end of this round, but I don't give a shit. 6 losses in a row, Gold Coast. You haven't been the same since you were 7 goals up against North Melbourne halftime there 6 weeks ago. And I said in our loss against Melbourne, you get what you deserve. That was regarding Collingwood's performances and losses, the close losses. Gold Coast, 6 losses in a row. The way you're losing these games and the lack of pressure and intensity for most of it, you turn it up against Collingwood and you lose this game against us, you get what you deserve. You take on Adelaide next week over there in South Australia. Uh, you better turn it around, and I don't want to see you guys lose the game by halftime. Otherwise, just enjoy the bottom six. I'm sorry to be all arrogant and uh, punching a team while they're down, sort of thing. I never really do this, but Gold Coast, man, they shit me in terms of the statement wins and getting up for us. And the next week, they just turn to water or turn to shit, pretty much. So they got Adelaide next week over there, South Australia. Not a good track record in Adelaide. That's fair enough. Adelaide expected to win, but I don't want to see that game ending by quarter time or half time. Last year, they went goalless in the first half against Adelaide. The week after, they kept us goalless in a half. So yeah, I'll be on to that. We had a few teething problems against Melbourne at King's birthday after the bye. Against bottom four sides, probably the best sort of opponents we needed to improve our game, our attacking game, move some magnets, keep the side stable as well. And I'm glad it ended up being three changes. Angus Anderson, a late in for Scott Pendlebury. Angus Anderson, two cheeky goals in the first half. You can't really drop him after that, to be honest. But three changes. Quaynor out with the injury. Rowan Steele dropped. Harvey Harrison staying in the side over Rowan Steele. And Harvey Harrison playing his best game of AFL footy in over 2 years, which was good to see. So some selection changes where I thought, oh, a bit questionable, but being proven wrong in the end. I'm glad about that, and most importantly, we get the win out of it. But just with the team stats, minus 55 in disposals, that was off the second half. Gold Coast playing a more controlled tempo game after halftime. That was a direct game plan to nullify our attacking game. Sort of there, but Gold Coast weren't able to utilise it as effectively compared to us in the second half, or just for the entire game for that matter. Minus 12 for contested possessions. Doesn't really stick out for me. Gone are the days where you win the contested possessions, you win the game sort of thing. Minus 21 for hitouts. This for me, and it wasn't really talked about from Collingwood fans last night, or I'm not seeing it as much online, but I do think the hitouts and Darcy Cameron as our main ruck is starting to become a bit of a worry for me. Losing to Ned Moyle one-on-one around the ground. Darcy Cameron, yeah, he's not a good CBA or a hitouts to advantage ruck or whatever, but he can't fill a hole down back like he used to or in recent weeks. And yeah, he's being beaten one-on-one now. I can understand two-on-one sort of thing, but one-on-one against Ned Moyle, I'm a little bit worried about Darcy Cameron up against Trembath and Tristan Jerry, and I'm sure there's a third ruckman for North Melbourne next week. Yeah, that's why I'm leaning towards bringing in Harrison Coe, a mini Darcy Cameron, just someone to properly back up in the ruck. Even though Dan McStay looked fucking unreal when he was pinch hitting in the ruck, and Dan McStay had a great game as well for that matter. But I still think Harrison Coe provides that proper backup, and Dan McStay can just focus as a key forward even though Dan McStay's kicking goals and providing an influence in the ruck at times. I just think Dan McStay, just keep him focused as a key forward and just let him gel with Tim Membry. Things are going well for our key forwards right now. Now, I shouldn't be surprised, but I am surprised. We won the clearances +3, +2 for centre clearances, +1 for stoppage clearances, and that was off the final quarter. We actually dominated the clearances for the final quarter, and we nullified Gold Coast midfield game. For the quartet they've got, Anderson, Rao, Miller, Traga, and all these youngsters that come through at times, that pace, that tenacity as well, it wasn't there for Gold Coast. +32 for tackles. There was that stat, Brayden Maynard having 9 tackles for the game. Gold Coast had 9 players lay 1 tackle, and 6 players didn't lay a tackle at all. +32 for tackles. You can never doubt our tackling and our pressure around the ground. The marks, though, -47. Again, second half, Gold Coast just chipping it around, controlling the tempo sort of thing. They weren't able to properly be effective heading inside 50 at times, even though the goal efficiency and the efficiency inside 50 was pretty close. The marks inside 50, though, just 5 marks for Gold Coast inside 50 for the entire game. Their retention inside 50 is pretty good. Ben King is the best set shot kick in the competition right now. He goes ahead of Nick Larkey, Jai Amos, and whatnot. But for us, Puncher, Frampton, Jeremy Howe, controlling the fort down back. We will miss Darcy Moore in the latter stages of this season, but if Darcy Moore was fit and available, the realisation is Darcy Moore's not our number one key defender anymore. Frampton, Howe, Puncher's doing his job. Darcy Moore, if he was to come back in, he's not going to come back in, but if he was, he could be a Nick Maxwell. Just guard some grass, be an interceptor when you need to, and then you could be utilised when the going gets tough sort of thing. But for us, holding the fort down back. 15 goals, 8 though. We conceded 98 points. Our attacking game was better. It made up for it pretty much. Inside 50s +3. Efficiency inside 50 also +3%. 46.4% for the entire game. It was above 50% for the first half. Went down to I think as low as 43 or as low as 39% during the third quarter. So yeah, pretty bad. But we were able to stabilize that in the final quarter. And then a goal efficiency -2%, 26% though. We need it at 25% at the bare minimum. So 26%, I'll take it. Gold Coast were able to take their chances. They were accurate in front of goal as well. A little bit annoying, but for us, I thought our attacking game was better. And just with the player stats, I could mention everyone, but I'll stick to just 10 players here. Not in terms of like the best player down to the 10th best player, just certain players I'll mention. But Nick Dacos just does Nick Dacos things. 31 disposals, just over 80% disposal efficiency. Picked a good goal early third quarter, 8 clearances, 12 score involvements, 6 inside 50 entries. His brother Josh, building in confidence, finding the footy, thankfully, 25 disposals, 80% disposal efficiency, good first quarter as well. Picked up from that final quarter last year against Gold Coast, 7 score involvements, 4 inside 50s. Tim Membry, Dan McStay, both in good form. Dan McStay had a shocking game last week. Tim Membry continuing on his fine form. I think that's 15 goals in his last 5 games. 3 goals, 18 disposals, 9 marks, 10 score involvements, 6 inside 50 entries. Membry said a few weeks ago he wants to play on. He's proving the goods right now. His actions are matching his words. Money where your mouth is sort of thing. So Tim Membry doing his job very well. Dan McStay, 3 goals. Good response from last week. 11 disposals, 5 marks, 6 score involvements, 3 inside 50 entries. A contested mark. I thought he took a few more contested marks, but his endeavour around the ground was there. Good to see. Ed Allen, man, 21 disposals, playing on Noah Anderson, 81% disposal efficiency, 7 tackles, 3 clearances, 5 score involvements. What's funny about Ed Allen was there was nothing that showed that he deserved to be playing in the midfield now, but he's come in, he's finally being utilised in the midfield properly, and usually it's an apprenticeship on the outs of the midfield, on the wing sort of thing. He did that, but he didn't earn or pretty much play himself back into that sort of position in the midfield, but he's been planted in the midfield and he's taken his chances, thank goodness. Swaddling, 53% time on ground, yet 20 disposals, kicked a good goal third quarter, 5 clearances, 4 score involvements, 3 inside 50 entries. The kid's going to be a star. I'm grateful for Sam Swaddling in the side right now. Do not drop him for the rest of the season. Keep him in the side. He'll have some fluctuating games where he only has like 8, 9, 10 disposals. Little influence, but it's a learning curve. Teething problems, he'll learn from it. So I'm glad that Swaddling's staying in the side and having an impact and owning the moments as well. He wants to be involved. He wants to have fun, and Collingwood has fun in doing so as well. Maynard, spiritual captain, 15 disposals, 9 tackles, 4 intercepts, 4 score involvements, 5 rebound 50s. I thought he was going to be a liability. Thank goodness he wasn't. Maynard, spiritual captain. We look so much better. We stand taller with Maynard in the side. Lipinski, I'm Team Lipper on this. 24 disposals, kicked a good goal, that final goal for us. 5 tackles, 6 score involvements, and 2 inside 50s. Only 2 Gold Coast players had equal or more tackles compared to Lipinski in this game. So can't question Lipinski's hunger and endeavour in this game. There's still some moments where he looks like he chickens out or stuff like that, but you got to praise him where praise is there. So I'm doing that right now. That goal in the final quarter. His run and carry game as well. He just runs all game. I like him on the wing. That delivery man inside 50, finding targets. That's what we need Lipinski for. That's his strength. Utilise him to his strengths. And Jeremy Howe, if it's not Frampton, it's Howe. If it's not Howe, it's Frampton. And Jeremy Howe, 13 disposals, 6 marks, 10 intercepts, 5 rebound 50s, 3 score involvements. A great, I wouldn't say smother, but that diving effort. I think it was in the final quarter, second or the final quarter, whatever it was. Just tremendous stuff. 36 years of age. Fuck me. And final mention, we'll go to Liam Puncher. 6 disposals, 100% disposal efficiency, 2 marks, 3 intercepts, 2 score involvements. Didn't look out of place on debut. And something about our setup where our debutants just thrive in their first game. It's usually the second game when they just taper off. So I'll be on to Liam Puncher. He shouldn't be dropped for this game or for next week against North Melbourne. Keep him in the side, but I'll be on to Liam Puncher harshly, but hopefully he has a good second game and If he does, it just stabilises our back line, even though, again, we conceded 98 points. Keeping someone like Hunter in the side allows Frampton and Howe to just focus on their one-on-one opponents, and it frees up Maynard and Quaynor to not play on at all. Maynard's got a bung shoulder. Quaynor, he needs to be the rebounding interceptor, and you got Perryman and Houston and Josh Dacos doing their thing across half-back and whatnot. Maybe Pendlebury plays across half-back when he comes back in. Our back line looks solid as usual. Just our attacking game and direct entries. Still working on it, but it's slowly but gradually improving game by game after the bye. It's not perfect. It's not standing out. It's not turning heads still, but it's slowly changing. It's slowly shifting positively for Collingwood right now. And all we can do is continue pushing on. North Melbourne next week, Carlton the week after. Massive 8-point games yet again. I've talked about this in my video on Monday about the road ahead. One box ticked with Gold Coast, a few more to tick, and then we push on after that. I'll leave your comments down below, your thoughts on this game. Give the video a like, share it around, subscribe if you're not already. Give me a follow on Instagram, follow other Collingwood content creators. Yeah, summarize this game. Gold Coast, the last 2 years have had statement wins over us. This year, Collingwood are the ones to have a statement win. Sorry to Andreas for stealing his thunder regarding Gold Coast and their statement wins and whatnot. Sorry to Pies Footy for swearing like a madman on the fan cams. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be mellow going forward, but I'll leave you guys all to it. I hope you guys have had a good weekend so far. Please be well, please be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. Up the fucking Pies.